All right, guys, it's dark outside. It wasn't dark like an hour ago, and now it's dark outside. This is how we're starting the No Time to Die review. Guys, I can't believe that James Bond 007 No Time to Die is finally here. It's been so long, and we've been promised it so many times over the past 2 years. It was done in late 2019. They're like, nah, we're going to wait for that sweet 2020 money. And then there was no money to be had in 2020, so they pushed it off, and they pushed it off again. And all the merchandise got screwed up, and they were giving us Bond 007 cups at the theater for like 6 months because they were like, these are the last ones that came in. And then those ran out, and they're like, oh, shit, when this movie comes out, we're not going to have 007 merch. It's just the way it is. They even named Daniel Craig the man of the year or sexiest man alive, one of the two, on one of the big magazines. They were like, hey, Daniel Craig is the man, because that was the week the movie was supposed to come out. And then it was like, oh no, the movie didn't come out. And so that was wasted marketing as well. The point is, guys, we are here at No Time to Die. I'm so excited. It is opening night. I am excited to see 007. I'm excited to see the final Daniel Craig James Bond movie. I'll tell you guys, the big hype for this movie for me is the fact that I finally get to see it. But I'm excited about this movie too. It looks awesome. I love Rami Malek. I love 007, Daniel Craig's 007. I don't know. I'm going to leave that in there. The point is, guys, I'm hyped. I'm excited. I am this hyped for the movie. So I'm hoping it pays off. But yeah, the movie looks awesome, and the other movies have been really fun. There have been some hit and misses. Casino Royale was a hit. Quantum of Solace, kind of a miss. Skyfall was a hit, and Spectre was kind of a miss. So here we are at the final one, and I'm going to give you my official thoughts on this movie as soon as I'm out of the theater, which for me, of course, will be a few hours, and for you, a matter of seconds. Let's do it. All right, guys, clearly I'm not outside. Clearly I'm not at the theater anymore. I'm back in my hotel room. And the reason is I got out of the movie pretty late. The movie was 2 hours and 45 minutes in and of itself. And even though the usher turned the lights on when the credits went up, and he was like, all right, guys, there's nothing past the credits because it just says James Bond will return. And I was like, oh, well, thanks for fucking telling me that, because the movie gives this vibe that 007 might return or James Bond might return if they reboot the franchise. However, 007 could return because of the way they use 007 in this movie. I won't spoil it. So I was like, oh, I was actually looking forward to seeing what they were going to put at the end there. And of course, he kind of ruined it. So everybody else in the theater got up and left, and I was like, no, fuck you. Now I'm going to sit here and wait. So I'm waiting through these credits. Sorry, it's late. And the credits go about halfway up, and he comes up to the top. Hey, just so you know, we're going to start cleaning. I said, I paid for a whole ticket. I'd like to see a whole movie. And he goes, sorry. Walks downstairs, turns the light backs off, and I had the theater to myself. So that was kind of neat for the last, 2 minutes. That's what happened at the end of the movie. But let's talk about the reason you're here, and that is the movie review. Let's do it. So guys, 007 No Time to Die is a really fun action movie, but what I liked about this the most is it really tied up the characters, and it really tied up the 007 James Bond storyline that we've been watching since 2006 when Casino Royale came out. It was then continued with Quantum of Solace. It was then continued with Skyfall. Actually, it kind of deviated with Skyfall. They were like, hey, we got to deal with some personal drama. And then it came back to Spectre, which really encompassed the whole thing. And then we get No Time to Die, and I actually really enjoyed it. I enjoyed the cinematography in this movie, fantastic. I enjoyed the sound mixing, which, to be clear, the music choice for this is basically the 007 theme song, many different ways throughout the entire movie, but it was a 007 movie. I enjoyed that. There's not a ton of action in this movie. There's action. When the action happens, it's awesome, but there's not a ton. The action takes a back seat to fulfilling the storylines, and I'm actually not mad at that. Had this movie been mostly action and they hadn't kind of fulfilled all the storylines they've created over the last however many years it's been, I probably would have been disappointed. But there's characters that meet their definitive end in this movie, and they needed to wrap up their individual stories. I'm not talking about 007, just talking about different characters in this movie, and I really appreciated that. Another thing I really loved about this movie, guys, was I didn't think I would, but the girl who plays 007 in this movie, that's all I'll say. She says it in the preview, so it's not a spoiler. I actually really enjoyed her. I thought she was cool. When she fought, I believed it. Most of the time, I don't believe women action heroes because it's like, you're 100 pounds. Who are you hurting? But this girl brought it, and I enjoyed it. I thought she did a really good job. This movie also didn't seem as long and drawn out as, say, Spectre did last time around. I remember when Spectre came out, just kind of sitting in the theater, and while the action was awesome, It took a lot of time to get to where it was going and get to the point of the movie, and we kind of knew the point of the movie because of Christoph Waltz character and kind of where Skyfall had kind of directed us. So we kind of knew, oh, they're going to be brothers. So when it finally did that big reveal, it was kind of like, we kind of saw it coming. But it also just took so much time to build up to that, and then at the very end it was like, oh, criminal compound that you know is going to blow up, and then it did. And then it was like, oh, but the bad guy's going to have one more hurrah, and then he did. And so it's kind of paint by numbers, I felt like, with Spectre. Didn't feel that with Skyfall, didn't feel that with Casino Royale, definitely felt it with Spectre, definitely felt it with Quantum of Solace. This movie, again, not paint by numbers, and again, the movie serves as a closing for this character, for this edition of James Bond. All in all, guys, I really enjoyed No Time to Die. It's not my movie of the year. I don't know what is, but this was a lot of fun. We're coming down to the end of the year, so I could start thinking about what's movie of the year. It was a lot of fun. It's a movie that I want to buy on 4K, and then I want to rewatch and experience it again, and maybe just binge all of those one more time. Just like do a 5-movie series binge watch of all of the 007 movies, and when I get to the end, I'll be like, great story, great conclusion to a great story. And that's kind of how I felt. I don't really have any negatives for this movie. I felt like there was something I thought about, but when I think about all the positives, I'm like, nope, they kind of outweighed whatever that was. And guys, those are my quick thoughts and my quick reaction to No Time to Die, starring Daniel Craig as 007 for the last time. If you've seen No Time to Die, put your thoughts and comments in the comment section down below. Let's talk about it. You know, I love going back and forth with you guys. It just came out this weekend. It's in theaters now. If you're a James Bond fan, or you're just a fan of action movies, or you know what, you're just a fan of Daniel Craig, because there's those people out there. Just go check it out. It was a lot of fun. I've been up for almost 24 hours, and I have to go do my laundry. Yep, 2 more hours from now, and I will have been up for 24 hours. Do laundry, go to sleep, upload video in the morning. I'll see you next time. All right, guys, I'm here in the laundry room. As you can see, the dryer's going. I got my Gatorade and some Tide Pods. And here I am, just waiting for my laundry. This is the after credit scene, and normally I talk about the movie, but I've just got to talk about Halloween Kills because it comes out next weekend. That's right, Halloween Kills comes out on October the 15th, and that is next weekend. I can't wait to see that movie in the theater. It's gonna be so much fun. Keep an eye out for that review because that's coming. I've got a little something added to it. It's gonna be fun, so look out for that. Yeah, that's all I got.